Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. We really want to validate that sudden, heart-racing spike of anxiety you probably feel when your timid rescue cat suddenly decides to climb on you. It is completely normal to freeze up and think, oh my gosh, what do I do now? Because let's face it, responding correctly in that exact split second, that's the absolute key to building an unbreakable bond with a cat that might have had a really difficult past. So today, we're going to translate exactly what their body language is saying so you never have to second guess yourself again. Here is our quick roadmap for today. We'll decode the climb, talk about scent marking, figure out heat versus affection, spot anxious versus relaxed energy, cover how to pass the trust test, and finally, look at the ultimate feline compliment. Let's get to it. First up, decoding your rescue's climb. What exactly is their body trying to tell you? We really have to start right here with decoding the climb itself. Because the biggest misconception out there is that a sudden climb from a rescue is just a cute little cuddle. Well, actually, scratch that. It's usually not. It's a deeply loaded message. They are using their entire body to communicate something they just can't meow about, and if we misinterpret it, we might accidentally teach them to stop communicating with us altogether. Think about this massive number for a second. 200 million. That is the number of scent receptors a cat has in their nose. We only have a measly 5 million. This brilliantly illustrates their crazy sensory power. It means they might be climbing on you because they detect invisible chemical changes in your body, like a spike in your cortisol or a shift in your breathing when you're sad, literally before you even realize you're stressed. They can actually smell the organic compounds your skin releases when you just aren't feeling your best. So, what does this all mean? The crucial takeaway is this. When your rescue cat senses that your chemistry is off and they choose to climb into your lap instead of walking away to hide in a quiet corner, it's not just random. It is a deliberate, incredibly heartwarming act of support. They are physically saying, hey, I'm not leaving you alone with this. Moving on to managing scent marking behaviors. Because, well, it's not always about love. Sometimes it's straight up ownership. Sometimes a climb really isn't about comfort at all. It's a territorial claim. And this is incredibly common to see if you've got multiple cats navigating the same house. When your rescue presses their little paws into your lap, they are activating these things called interdigital glands. They are quite literally releasing invisible pheromones directly onto you to place a territorial name tag. Basically, they're telling every other animal in the house that you belong to them. So if one cat climbs on you and 10 minutes later another cat comes over and does the exact same thing, you aren't just popular, you are literally the center of a turf war. Now, if you want to encourage trust and reassure a worried rescue, you absolutely must follow these exact steps when they scent mark. Why? Because if you pick them up and move them mid-process, you instantly erase their entire message. You wipe the slate clean. And to a cat, especially a rescue who's desperately seeking security, that feels like outright rejection. So just stay put, give them a minute, and let them finish transferring those pheromones. It's a small thing that makes a massive difference. Next up, heat-seeking versus genuine affection. Let's finally solve that classic 3 a.m. mystery. Sometimes, to be brutally honest, your rescue cat doesn't view you as a source of emotional support at all. Sometimes, they literally just view you as a giant breathing heating pad. To put that into perspective, cats run naturally warmer than we do, right around 101.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Because of this, they are constantly burning energy just trying to stay warm, particularly on cold evenings, early mornings, or if they're a thinner-coated breed like a Siamese or a Sphinx. So when the heat kicks off in your house, your 98.6-degree body is hands down the most reliable heat source in the room. But how do you tell the difference? You can instantly decode their motive by looking for a few key things. If they drop onto your chest, tuck those paws under like a little loaf of bread, and just freeze immediately, that's heat-seeking. The entire goal there is energy conservation. But if you're getting the whole shebang, kneading, those slow, relaxed blinks, and loud purring, that is genuine affection. So if your cat is waking you up at 3 a.m. with that tucked paw freeze, they really don't want a bonding session. You might just need to plug in a heated cat bed nearby so you can finally get your sleep back. Section 4, spotting anxious versus relaxed energy. It is absolutely crucial to read the room before you react. This is a massive distinction for rescue owners, recognizing when your cat is simply redirecting their nervous, buzzing energy onto you. Sometimes a new piece of furniture, some construction outside, or even just a new air freshener throws them off, and they climb on you simply because you are the safest, most predictable thing in the room. Before you react, use this as your ultimate physical checklist. A relaxed cat climbs slowly. Their body is like a loose noodle, and their claws are put away. But an anxious climb? Totally different vibe. They're going to land fast. Their body will feel super rigid. Their pupils will be wide and dilated. And their claws will be out, not to hurt you, but because they're nervously gripping on for dear life. And here is where so many of us make a mistake.
If they show signs of that anxious climb, do not, I repeat, do not start petting them or speaking in a soft baby voice. For a cat whose nervous system is already totally overstimulated, that extra touch just makes it worse. Instead, stick to this response list. Be the calm, boring surface they need. Keep your breathing slow. Stay completely quiet and wait for their body to physically soften. Only offer a gentle touch when you feel their breathing slow down to match yours.
All right, on to passing the rescue trust test. This happens when they climb to see if they are truly safe. We are now at the absolute most critical make or break moment for anyone with a rehomed or rescued cat. This is the trust test. Cats that have been yelled at, bounced around different homes, or just learned that getting close to a human comes with risk, they are going to approach you very differently. You have to ask yourself, do they feel safe right now, or are they trying to find out if they are safe? A cat with a really difficult past will climb up slowly, pause halfway, and just lock their eyes intensely on your face. They are not relaxed. They are watching and reading your microexpressions before committing to staying in your lap. They're literally testing to see if you're going to reject them. When you recognize this hesitant test happening, you've got to follow this daily trust routine to the letter. Do not shift your weight. Do not reach for your phone to take a picture. Seriously, don't even adjust the blanket. To a traumatized cat in the middle of a trust test, any tiny movement looks like a flinch. It tells them, uh-oh, maybe this isn't safe after all. So stay completely still, avoid direct eye contact, and just let them choose to land.
I absolutely love this takeaway because it totally empowers you as an owner. You might feel like you aren't doing anything, but simply doing nothing, giving them those 3 seconds of absolute stillness is literally the single most active and profound way you can build their confidence and prove that you are a safe harbor. Finally, our last section, the ultimate feline compliment. This is about the deepest connection of all. Okay, so there's a specific type of climb that has absolutely nothing to do with territory or heat or stress. It is the deepest connection they can possibly offer. And it all comes down to a concept called neoteny. It's a fancy science word, but it basically means an evolutionary process where domestication preserves kitten behaviors all the way into adulthood. When your adult cat climbs onto your chest and starts kneading or milk treading with that slow, heavy blink, they are displaying a preserved kitten behavior. Out in the wild, cats stop doing this the second they are weaned, but domestication kept it around. And when they do this on you, it releases an incredible flood of chemicals in their brain, dopamine for pleasure and oxytocin for deep bonding. By choosing to recreate the exact neurochemical state they experienced while safely nursing from their mother, your rescue cat is paying you the ultimate compliment. They are turning back the clock and literally saying that out of everywhere in the entire world, you are their safest place. So, armed with this physical checklist and your new trust routines, look over at your furry friend, you are officially holding the decoder ring to their secret language. But this kind of makes you wonder, right? What other invisible messages are they sending you through a flick of their tail, the twitch of their ears, or their meows? Use these tools to become their safe space today. And keep watching because your cat is always talking. The question is, are you ready to listen?